Hello everyone, welcome to the Medidata Perspective channel. I'll be introducing you to our Python tutorial playlist. In this playlist, I'll be teaching you on how to use Python variables such as strings, integer, floats, dictionaries, how to write for loops, define our own Python functions, and how to make conditional statements. Okay, so our first video in this playlist, I'll be teaching you how to download and install Python into your system, and also how to install Anaconda into your system for easy access to various Python IDE such as Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, etc. So kindly like, subscribe to my channel if you find any of our videos educative. Okay, without wasting time, let's dive right in. Firstly, we are going to be learning how to install Python and set up our development environment. To check if Python is already installed on your system, go to your CMD. So you just have to type in CMD here and click on this. Then Python version. So for somebody like me who already makes use of Python, you see the version of Python which I'm using. But for a beginner or a new person that does not have Python yet already on his or her system, you see a message like Python not found or Python not operational. So if Python is not yet installed in your system, you have to go to the python.org website to download it. So let's do that. So we'll be downloading the latest version of Python into our system. So these are the interface looks like. All we have to do is go to your download, and you can see download for Windows. So let's go click on Windows. So the latest Python as at now is Python 3.12.4. So, and if you scroll through, you are going to see other versions, but we'll be going through the latest one. So you can just go ahead and click on this to get it downloaded on your system. And that's all. So but since I already have it on my system, I won't be clicking on it to download it any longer, but you can just go ahead and click on this and download it on your system. So when you've done downloading it, if you go ahead and go to your file, you'll see your document which you've downloaded. And if you go back to your CMD and just check for the latest version like what we did earlier, you then find out that the version of Python which you downloaded will be accessible just like by checking Python version. So you see that it will be accessible. You can see it now. Next, we'll be downloading Anaconda. Anaconda will provide us access to many Python libraries that can be used for data science to prevent us from downloading and installing it manually when we need them. And it would also give us access to various Python IDEs like Sublime Text, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab, where we can run our Python code. So to do that, let's open our web browser. So let's first of all close this and open our web browser. We'll search for Anaconda. So click on this Anaconda, and we'll be clicking on the download Anaconda distribution. So you can go ahead and fill in your email address and submit. You click on that. After doing that, you get an email. So we'll go and search our email, and we'll see Anaconda distribution download, and you click here for download now. So okay, so you can see we have the Python 3.12. So you can go ahead and click on this to download your Anaconda so that it will be installed on your system if you are using on Mac or Linux, any of your choice. So when you click on this, you'll see our file will be downloaded. Okay, after successfully installing your Anaconda on your system, you can click on your search box here and type in Anaconda and open it on your system. So let's wait for this to initialize and load up. Okay, so if you look at our home, you can see we have a lot of this ID we can use to run our Python code. We have Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. We have a whole lot of them here. So that's one of the advantage of making use of Anaconda. So let's just wait a bit for this to load up completely. Okay. Yes, I was saying we have Spider, Aero Studio, Orange, Python Professional, and a whole lot. So you can just go ahead and launch any of the one you prefer to make use of. And so I'll be using the Jupyter Notebook. So I'll just go ahead and launch this. Okay, so depending on where you want your file to be found, it can be on your desktop or anywhere on your computer system. So we can go ahead and click on this, open our desktop and create a folder in our desktop. So then create a new folder, click on folder, and you see our untitled folder here, which is our new folder. We can just click on this and call rename, and let's call our Python class folder. So let's rename this to Python class. So we can go ahead and click on this. You see our folder is empty, so you can click on new and open our Python file. So we have a new Python file. We can go ahead and rename this and call this Python hello 1. Okay, so the name has been updated. If you still go back and check, you'll see that the name has also been updated. So next, we can now go ahead and write our code here. So let's write our first code and say we want to print should be small letter P, hello world. So let's run this, and you can see our code ran successfully. So next, I'll be teaching you how to write Python comments. So let's go ahead and let me just do this up. Python comments usually start with an hashtag, and you can say my first Python code, and let's go ahead and run this line of code again. So you'll see it still gives us hello world. So for Python comment, the difference between a Python comment and a Python line of code, the comments are not usually run when we run our codes. They are just like statements that helps the user to be able to understand what he or she is doing. So this line of code basically tells us that this is the user's first line of code the person has written. So this part is not part of the code. I hope you understand. So the only code we have here that is being run is this. So this is just a comment that can state what an individual is trying to do. So for example, if I say print 40 plus 35, okay, and I say on top, I can come here and write add two numbers together. So this first line typically just says what my code is trying to do. So this code is adding two numbers together. So if I go ahead and run this, it gives me 75, and this is the line of code that is being run. You can see this is just a sentence that explains what this code is being done. Okay, so I just want to give us a brief intro on how we can easily use Jupyter Notebook or any other IDE through using of Anaconda. So now I'll just put it through the interface. So we can see here we have our files. We can get open new notebook or open a new window with dashboard view. We can save our files, we can rename our files, we can also download our files as any of the above file tab which we want. Okay, we can also cut, for example, if you have a cell you want to remove, you can go ahead and cut. By that, you see we've removed our additional cell. Okay, you can also click on the screen to add more cells. Okay, then this for navigating, you can go down or move up. Okay, and we can also click this to run our cells also, or you can use your Ctrl plus Enter key on your keyboard. We can move our cell above or move a cell below, and that's okay. So we have our code cells. We can also add markdown cells. In our next video, I'll be teaching about strings, integers, boolean, floats, and etc. So remember to watch that video next. Thank you.